Hi all, it's Fionna Gossling. I just wanted to give you a very quick update as to what happened in Burlington, Ontario real estate in March 2024. So the sentiment of the market, it feels like the spring market is upon us and buyers are starting to get out there. Properly priced houses are starting to sell and sell in multiple offers. But the trick is to price it properly, as has always been the trick with selling anything. Um, so let's look at the numbers. It does feel like people who have been sitting on the sidelines in 2023 are starting to jump back into the market. So you can see here we're tracking the average sale price from 2021 and the median sale price every month with this graph. And we are kind of starting to get back now to where we were at the tail end of 2021, which is nice to see. So what the market went a little bit haywire at the end of 2021 and early 2022 because interest rates were cheap, the effects of COVID, people had money saved, people had been in their houses for too long and recognized they needed different space, and it was very affordable to do that because money was so cheap. So there was not enough product on the market at the end of 2021. Then as rates crept up, the market kind of stalled. It corrected first. So it corrected here and then kind of stalled, and it has been creeping back up. And we're kind of getting to where we were at the end of 2021 in terms of prices, average and median. And keep in mind, the end of 2021 was still the best real estate market we have ever seen. So it's nice to see Burlington and Oakville kind of hold their values nicely in a way that other communities in Ontario just have not. So if you look at this, let me get my face out of the way. You can see that we had 236 sales in all of Burlington. There were 285 units available for sale. So that means we only have 1.2 months of inventory. So that's a very competitive market. There's just not enough product on the market right now to satiate the buyers that are out there. And what I think is happening, or what feels like happening, is when the interest rates or the talk of interest rates holding and going down becomes such a positive news story, buyers are starting to jump back into the market. And there just isn't enough inventory on the market right now. So we'll see what the spring market holds. But what I do anticipate is that if we don't get some more product, those prices are going to continue to appreciate. Our average sale price, so condos, townhouses, and detached, was 1.120. And the median sale price was just under $1 million, 991,000. So that's down a little bit from February, but not in a significant or meaningful way. And when you only have 236 sales, there's not a ton of data points for that. So keep that in mind. And you can see that this kind of average median sale price is in line with the end of August and July here. And then also the tail end of the spring market, or the beginning of the spring market last year. If you compare this March to last March, our number of sales were down a teeny tiny bit, like 3 sales. So it's not significant, I wouldn't say. Our number of listings were down in a way that probably put some upward pressure on prices. So there were 285 units to choose from versus last year where there were 332. So we're down 14% of inventory for people to choose from, which pushes upward pressure on prices. And you can see here that is reflected in the average sale price going up about 8%, and it's selling slightly faster, 2 days quicker on average. And then, of course, these averages don't mean much until you look at what type of property you want to buy. So the majority of sales happened in detached homes, and there seems to be some really good value here. So when you look at the average sale price of a detached home in Burlington, it's 1.325, and the average sale price of a townhome is $923,000. So although yes, it's $400,000, the value is there in this detached market. So if you're in a townhome and wanted to move up, this is probably a pretty good time to do that. And the average price of a condo is $527,000. Those are taking a little bit longer to sell, and there's just fewer sales happening and more product on the market. So it makes sense it would take a little bit longer. If you had any specific questions about what's going on in your pocket of Burlington, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to go through it all with you. And any questions, let me know. Talk to you next month.